Welcome to the Boozy Blondes podcast.
She's Molly.
And she's Chrissy.
We're best friends on a quest to bring you all things boozy.
Let's get lit. Pop,
Fizz,
clink. Let's drink. Hey Lushes, thanks for tuning in today. As you know, Chrissy and I live in St. Augustine, Florida, and just up the road is Jacksonville, Florida. Jacksonville is home to quite a few breweries, a lot of amazing breweries with great beers, and 22 of these breweries in the greater Jacksonville area are part of the Jax Ale Trail. So today we're going to take you through 3 of those breweries on the trail that we frequently visited and let you know, I don't know, the beers we enjoyed there.
Everything we loved.
Everything we loved. So a little bit about the Jax Ale Trail. As I mentioned, there's 22 breweries who participate on this boozy drive, I guess, throughout the greater Jacksonville area. You get a passport at any one of these breweries, and I'll be sure to have the link on our blog following this episode so you can check it out for yourself. But once you get your passport stamped by each brewery, Jax Ale Trail will reward you.
Yes, there's prizes.
And we love prizes.
We love prizes.
So if you get 4 stamps on your passport, you will get a koozie. We love koozies too.
Yeah.
We both always travel with koozies in our purses, in case you didn't know that fun fact about us.
Yeah, I think that's just like a Northeastern thing.
Just like having toilet paper in your car.
Yes, or the way we eat our hot dogs.
Yeah. We'll probably get to that later because we do have a hot dog shout out that we found on the Ale Trail. So anyway, 4 stamps gets you a koozie. If you submit your passport with 8 stamps, you get a t-shirt, a Jax Ale Trail t-shirt. And once you complete all 22 stops on your passport and you get 22 stamps, there's a super secret prize, and we don't know what it is yet.
No, but we're determined to find out.
Yes, and maybe we'll let you know, and maybe we'll keep it a secret once we figure out what that is.
I really want it to be our names on a plaque at a bar somewhere.
Ooh, every bar, yeah, on the Ale Trail.
Because that's an accomplishment. 22 breweries.
Oh, absolutely it is. We actually had wanted to go to 4, but we enjoyed our time at the 3 we went to so much we didn't have time to go to.
Yeah, we were going for quality over quantity this time. We were very ambitious with thinking we could do 6, I think, when we first started putting this together.
Yeah.
But we were choosing the ones we really wanted to go to that were unique for just the types of beers and sours we like to drink, not trying to just go to an area where we could probably walk to 3 or 4 at once.
Right.
So there's a lot of different ways to approach it, but we love our sours, as you know. So we picked some that were going to have some really cool sours. And today, if you're drinking along with us, our drink of the episode is Chocolat from Fishware. That was one of the brewing companies we went to. It was our 3rd stop on the Ale Trail. And it's actually a barrel-aged sour. It's so good.
It's so good. It's only available in cans. They don't offer this beer on tap. So we had to snag one of those cans to bring home to try.
Yeah, it's chocolate and orange. And then we were eating chocolate with orange while drinking the beer. So it's pretty much the perfect experience.
It's delicious. I highly recommend the Chocolat.
So what was our first stop on the first leg of our Jax Ale Trail?
Our first stop was at Lemon Street Brewing Company, and this was in the Rail Yard district of Jacksonville. So, I guess it's in between 95 and I-10, even though those intersect. It's a northwest suburb of downtown Jacksonville.
Jacksonville is a mystery to me, so I just got in the car and Rainer drove us to our destination.
Drank.
Oh, shoot.
So yeah, Lemon Street Brewing Company was our first stop. They opened in September of 2019, just a few months before the pandemic started. And our bartender was Gabe. Now, Gabe is the assistant brewer. He's the weekend server or bartender. And he also works in sales, distributing or trying to, I guess, get the Lemon Street Brewing beer selection in different restaurants around Jacksonville, which sounds like the best sales job I could ever think of.
It was really nice. We got there right as they opened at 1:00. So we pretty much had the full run of the place, and it's huge. They have a big lawn area actually indoors, and you can play bocce ball. They had cornhole. They had a mural, just lots of seating, comfy seating as well as picnic tables. It was very pet friendly. And it was nice that we were kind of there before the rush because we got to sit down with Gabe and really talk to him a lot about the different beers and sours.
Yeah, surprisingly, Chrissy and I are not big fans of IPAs. The hoppiness behind it just doesn't, it's not our favorite flavor. We go for sours, as you guys know, most commonly. But we had a beer.
Which one was it? Was it the farmhouse one?
No, it was
It was
guava,
the guava.
something.
Yeah, and
Guavatate.
He totally tricked us because after we were saying how much we loved about it, he's like, it's actually an IPA.
And it was really good. I liked that beer a lot. Well, what was your favorite beer there, Chris?
I think it was the one we took home, which is in the coolest pink can ever. Pink Automation.
That was my favorite too. First of all, it was pink. It was beautiful, but such a unique combination of flavors.
And we actually ended up, we do a flight just about at every brewer we go to, just so you can sample more. And sometimes we end up liking the same drink in the flight. So to do it fairly, we came up with this flight draft yesterday, and it was pretty hilarious.
I have to give credit to my cousin, Kristen Soltis Anderson, for coming up with drafting or teaching me how to draft with your beer flights. And beware of the snake draft if there's only two of you.
Yeah, Molly definitely got me on the snake draft.
So this Pink Automation, which we both loved, was a sour with hibiscus flavors. And we noticed a pepper flavor at the end of it. And Gabe told us they actually use jalapeno in it as well. I am not a fan of spices or spicy food or peppers, but that beer was great. It was a pleasant surprise, I guess, to have that heat, a little bit of heat at the end of it.
Well, I really like the way that they titled all their drinks and came up with the descriptions, because it was more what I think they think consumers like, because a lot of times we think we know what we like, but we don't. Because had that guava said IPA, I never would have ordered it.
Absolutely. And excuse me, I took a drink while you were talking. This is where we decided to start asking the bartenders to recommend us drinks. And later on, when we talk about another brewery, that definitely worked to our advantage, because the one we wanted, when we did get to try it, we hated.
Yeah.
And we went with the bartender's recommendation instead, and it was excellent.
Yeah, because sometimes you just are going by either the name or the description, and the way somebody describes a drink is completely different than the way you might. So it can be misleading without them trying to be misleading. So I really like the way Lemon Street was just kind of telling you, like, this is the flavor profile that we put in here. So if this is something you think you like, give it a try. And they are not telling you this is an IPA or, you know, this is a sour in general. So it was kind of cool that way.
It kind of gives the or reiterates the meaning of don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
Don't judge a beer by its genre.
I know. I think we should start doing bartender flights. Like, we'll just tell them what we like and say surprise us.
Yeah.
You can find really cool stuff that way.
I agree. Another cool thing about Lemon Street Brewing, during the pandemic, to be able to keep their doors open, they applied for a food license, and they would provide personal pan pizzas to their patrons. Now they don't cook anymore, but they invite food trucks to their location. And Chrissy and I were thrilled because the food truck that was there when we were there is called To Be Frank Hot Dog Truck, and we love hot dogs.
I mean, it's hot dogs and puns. It doesn't get any better. Like, I was in heaven. And they pulled up like right as we got there. I was like, yes, this is going to be a good day.
We jumped out of the car and just said, we were waiting for you.
Yeah.
And I think they asked us later, they said, oh my gosh, we're sorry we were late. We were just kidding.
Yeah.
We were excited to see you guys, but it was just coincidence. We all pulled up at the same time. So yeah, To Be Frank Hot Dog Truck had excellent hot dogs. The hot dogs are bigger than the buns, and I really appreciate that because, as you know, which we didn't know this about each other, but apparently neither of us like leftover bun, because if you take a bite and
it's like a bun butt. You just, the part you're holding, you don't need to eat that. So we just were like discarding it. And her husband looks in my like empty hot dog crate and he's like, what is that? And I was like, they're the bun butts. And he's like, you're a weirdo. Like, he just gave me this look that was like, nope, I'm done with you. And then Molly picks up her empty little cardboard thing, and it had the same exact hot bun butts in it. And we thought that was great.
See, we're still learning things about each other after all these years. So yeah, after Lemon Street, we went, it was only about a mile, maybe a mile and a half down the road, still in the rail yard district, to Tabula Rasa Brewing. And I wasn't sure what to think when I walked in. It was a little crowded, but they had this huge outdoor area, and we ended up having the best time here.
Yeah, we really did. And when we walked in, we weren't sure we were going to, but it turned out to be great. And I think one of our best tips is going to be sit at the bar.
Mm-hmm, absolutely, because we got to talk to the bartender here, Corey, and he was cracking us up.
Corey
the
was
entire
hilarious.
time. Yeah, very engaging, and he'd make fun of us a little bit for our taste in beers or what we would say about the beers, and because Christy and I will go back and forth between, we try all the beers on the flight first, which maybe isn't always the best idea for your palate.
That's how you draft.
Well, exactly. How do we know which ones we want to pick if we're sharing?
Yeah.
But I was drinking a stout and then jumping to a sour, and he looked at me and basically said, "What's wrong with you?"
Do you remember the name of the one that had like the watermelon aftertaste? It was a sour, I think.
I have to. Oh, no. I think it was a Brett beer, like a Brett ale, a farmhouse ale.
Well, this is why they make fun of me, because I have like the taste buds of a 80-year-old cigar smoking man, even though I've never smoked anything. So I would taste it, and she's like, "Oh, don't you taste the watermelon after, like, when you're done? It's just like a watermelon finish." And I was like, "No, it tastes like a cigar to me." And Corey like lost it, and so that's when like we really bonded with him, because he's like, "Yeah, these chicks are really honest and crazy about their beer preferences."
It was called Bjorn's Norwegian Table Beer. I did write down the name. I just had to look real quick.
Good job. I never would have remembered that.
No, I wouldn't have remembered that either. Rainer had a Scotch ale.
Oh yeah, that
loved it. He ended up buying
or something.
Tartanic, yeah. And he ended up buying a 4-pack to take home with him. And we also got a souvenir beer. It's an Imperial Stout.
That was their Mona, right?
Mm-hmm. They have 2 of them. And
one was a coconut porter, and we got the Imperial Stout, which was so nice because, half the time we just go and sit down as beer lovers. We're not there telling them we're there as Boozy Blondes, because we don't really ahead of time schedule interviews unless we're specifically going for that. So they were... they kind of got a bit of a lull in the business, so we got to talk to Corey a little more and tell him like what we were doing. And then one of the owners came out, and we found out that they are a family-run business, because it was a mom and dad and their son. And so we talked to the son, and he's like,
his name was Ryan.
Yeah, and he's like, I would bring mom and dad out, but they're back there like brewing right now. So. But it was cool because we were talking to him, and you just find out so much more that way. And we really enjoyed it so much that we want to go back and just sit down with them and do a specific episode just to learn about what got their family into starting a brewery. Mm-hmm. But he's the one that told us about the cider.
Which technically wasn't a cider because they don't have a cider license. I didn't know you needed a separate license to brew a cider. Uh-huh. So it's 51% beer and 49% cider. It is aged. It was barrel aged. I forget.
Yeah, bourbon barrels.
Was it bourbon barrels? Mm-hmm. And that was excellent beer. You could definitely taste the bourbon behind it. So
yeah, you could smell it.
All 3 of us liked it.
It was so good. And that was another thing about, not judging the beer by its cover, its name, because we saw cider and I'm like, I'm not going to order a cider. They're just too sweet. Like in general, that's what I think the stereotype is. But yeah, so that's when we're like, we are definitely going to just start asking people, especially the bartenders, like, what is your favorite? What's your go-to? Because, there you watch them and they're sampling and trying their own favorites anyway. Or maybe they have, like, a mix and match. Like, that's how I came up with the kombucha. I do a half kombucha and half pale ale, and that's so good. So it's really interesting. I feel like you get so much more out of your visit if you sit at the bar and converse with the bartenders.
I 100% agree. And both these breweries will be hosting Oktoberfest festivities. Well, October 2021. If you're listening to this following that month, then definitely be on the lookout for next year. But it would be perfect for me and Chrissy. We're just not going to be in Jacksonville at all in October to experience this, but it's a drinking game competition.
I mean, it's like made for us.
I know.
We have to schedule it for next year.
We should find a way. Yeah.
But yeah, there are a lot of different breweries on the Jax Ale Trail are participating in this Oktoberfest, and it's different days for each brewery, and they're all going to have their own different type of competition.
And we will definitely post a link to any of those details that we can find on the blog as well.
And that we're talking about Tabula Rasa. Oh, I said it right. I've been like stumbling over this since we found it.
Just enough beer to say it correctly.
But I did, like, my brain sometimes knows things that I don't. And we're looking at like the logo and the name, and we're like, what do we think that means? And I was like, blank slate maybe? Because it's the logo has a tablet, so you kind of can figure that out. And we were right. We looked it up because we're like, we don't want to sound stupid when we go in there. And like,
I said, no way, Chrissy. And I looked it up. But good translating skills. I'm impressed.
But we really, just loved everything about their beer, but their property is incredible. Molly was starting to say, like, the backyard is just huge. And they do movie nights.
Well,
they're getting ready to do movie nights.
Yeah, yes. They have to get their license to be able to show movies to groups like that. But they have s'more kits.
Yes, they have these like little campground, campfires set up. And I even noticed they had frisbee golf out there.
I saw that too. I mean, it was kind of hot when we went. 90s. So we didn't spend a lot of time outside just to scope it out. And then Ryan told us about the different activities that they do there.
So definitely a really awesome stop, and it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
It is. I think they have open mic night there on Thursdays. I'm going to have to go. We might need to edit this part.
Yeah,
let me get the date right.
The best thing is to just check their Facebook because they update that with the most current events.
Yeah, so we are definitely looking forward to going back to Tabula Rasa Brewing sometime in the near future. Hopefully for Oktoberfest.
Yes, we will make it there. And then we had one last stop on our very first leg of the Jax Ale Trail. Drink!
Wow.
That's our first unison.
Yeah. Oh, and there's some Yaz who's
getting
rickrolled.
Oh, that sound means it's time for a refill. When we're cool enough to have sponsors, this is where we'll share. But for now, just grab yourself a new drink if you're playing along with us. And we're back. Okay, so our third and final stop for this trip was Fishware. And if you haven't already figured this out, Molly's the organized one of the bunch here. She put together our itinerary, and we were, starting to narrow it down from 6 to 4. And Fishware was just the one I wanted to go to so badly because everything about it was just like speaking to me. They have a ton of sours. Just the aesthetic, the inside is like light and airy and bright colors. And I was like, this seems like my type of place. And it definitely didn't disappoint.
So we split a flight here. It was an all sour flight because they have between
6 to 8, I want to say.
Sours? Yeah.
The most that we've seen on draft in a while.
Yeah. And most of those, they had, I think there were 3 called Level Ups. Yeah. And those came out in July. So those were fairly new. Because when we visited, it was a couple weeks after into August. So this was the one flight where we asked the bartender's opinion because we couldn't decide on our final flavor. We wanted to do a dragon fruit kiwi sour because that sounded delicious. And she said, I would go with the pomegranate over that.
Between the two, which is good because we would have went the other way because it sounded like more rare. You don't usually see that.
We tried it.
So good.
No, when we tried the dragon fruit kiwi.
Oh, yeah, the cocktail.
No, they gave us the sample.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's the one I thought tasted like milk.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that. I remember getting it, and I forget what Chrissy said. But yeah, we didn't care for it. And had we not listened to the bartender, we would have had a whole glass of it.
Yeah.
Which we would not have wasted,
I mean, No wounded soldiers.
No.
But I really liked that besides having all the sours, they will make you sour cocktails. They have champagne. So basically it was pick your favorite sour, and it's going to be a half and half champagne and sour drink. And it comes in the prettiest glass. So we really enjoyed that.
We did the blueberry ginger and champagne. It was awesome. Delicious.
Highly recommend.
So, so you keep saying Fishware, and I always say Fishware, and I think it's because of
Lakeware.
Weir, but I call it like where.
I do too.
So I've just always said
saying
Fishware.
Fishware, like the Weir Rabbit. I don't know why.
What?
Isn't that like a kid's book? The Weir Rabbit.
I don't know.
Oh my God. Someone listening, please tell me that you know what I'm talking about, so I'm not just making things up.
I know the Velveteen Rabbit. I know the White Rabbit.
I swear to God, there's definitely a Weir Rabbit. We're going to look this up.
What does it even mean?
I don't know.
Oh, well, anyway. Fishware, Fishware, Lakeware. Now I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry.
No, but we really liked the Fishware.
Right. And so did a lot of other people. When we went, it was packed. So unfortunately, we didn't get to spend a lot of time with the bartenders learning more insider info.
Yeah, that was the one place that we didn't get to actually like talk to a brewer or spend a lot of time with the bartender. But I think it could have also been the time of day. It was getting closer to like dinner time on a Saturday.
Yeah, definitely a drink. I mean, we started early, but a normal person's drinking hour, perhaps. So Fishware, we definitely would like to go back and talk to the team there because their beers are all delicious. And
that's the one that we're drinking. That's our dough for today. The chocolate orange sour.
Right. And after we finished our 3 stops on the Jax Ale Trail, we wanted to check out this German speakeasy we had heard about. Oh, Fishware is in the Murray Hill area. I forgot to mention that before. What part of Jacksonville? So again, it was only a few miles from Tabula Rasa and Lemon Street, but a different neighborhood.
I think it was my favorite neighborhood. It had more of a main street with lots of different shops and restaurants and bars.
Yeah, it's developed a little bit over the years for sure. And the German speakeasy really is hidden. You have to walk through a vape shop to get to it. So we would never know.
Yeah, I would have walked right past it because the neighborhood definitely has that like funky, artsy vibe. And the buildings are all different. There's a lot of murals. And this one was very like avant-garde, Gatsby, like all black subway tile and a lot of etchings on the window.
Yeah.
And that was actually the name and like telling you that the German beer house was inside. But I mean, I would have walked right past it.
So we walked into the vape shop and there were 2 girls sitting at a table at the far end of the vape shop. And they asked if we wanted a table. And I said, yes. So they brought us through this like thick door. And on the other side was an authentic German beer hall, basically is what it looked like. And we sat down at a table and it was dark. It kind of felt like being at Epcot.
Yeah, I was going to say it felt like Harry Potter. Like, you know, when you're in like the Muggle world and then you just open the door into like this magical area. It was so awesome. They were playing German music back there.
That's a great description.
Analogy. Not like German like... Yeah, no. It was more like
German EDM.
Disco,
or like
pop.
house music.
It was awesome. I loved it. I was ready for like Du Hast to start any minute.
So we were really hungry at this point in our day because
all we've had was hot dogs.
And that was a couple hours prior to when I don't think we told them the name of this. We just keep calling it the German Speakeasy. It's called Buckners Beer Hall. And they have German charcuterie boards. They have about 6 or 7 options on the menu, which is our dream. Some are all cheese. Some are cheese and charcuterie or meat. They have an extensive wine list. And at this point, Christy and I are ready to switch to wine. So we had our fill of beer. So
Their beers were huge, though.
Oh, Rainer got a beer. And
you had to order in liters or half liters.
Yeah.
You know it's going to be a good beer if that's how you have to order it.
So he got the half liter. And right when he sat down, I think Rainer was hungry too because he ordered the soft pretzel, which came with a melted cheese sauce, which was amazing. Sorry, Chris. And
Yeah, Molly just put that straight on her plate. She's
yeah,
like, this is mine.
You won't need this. And a Dijon
And
mustard.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was just trying to make sure we got some food in us.
Probably.
'Cause he was definitely the babysitter / driver of the day.
So he ordered that instantly. Chrissy and I looked over the menu to pick out the cheeses we wanted or which charcuterie board offering would be best for us. And Rainer also ordered the schnitzel.
Yeah. And that was good. We're kind of picky eaters, and like he gave us a bite of it and we liked everything.
So funny story, he had some left over this morning and he said, you know something? I figured out what schnitzel is. He said, it's just the German version of country fried steak.
Oh
said,
my God.
"Oh, bless your heart.
He Floridified it.
He sure did. But it came with this egg pasta.
Yeah, that was
good.
really
good, and sauerkraut. So we all shared everything. It was really
I
good.
feel like the portions were huge, great for
Oh,
sharing.
yeah.
The cheese board we got was a small,
Yeah.
and I mean 3 of us were eating it, and there were still leftovers.
Yeah, we both got to bring a little box home with the cheeses we liked. And you, being lactose intolerant,
There
were
were
actually
a ton
able
that
to
I could
eat
try.
almost all the cheeses that
Yeah.
were on that board. They, like Tabula Rasa, had a fantastic outdoor area. Again, it was
Yes.
too hot for us to sit out there. But how could you not think Oktoberfest when you look out there and you just see the long picnic
It
tables?
was a perfect beer garden.
Firewood stacked up on the one side and
Kegs, like all ready for a keg throwing contest.
I can't wait to go back and check it out when it gets a little cooler. Our server, shout out to Ryan.
Yes,
because
Ryan,
he
you were
was
the best.
fantastic. Yes, thanks for taking such good care of us.
He was telling us all about their Oktoberfest, which I think he said actually starts in September. Something about the German calendar year being different than ours. So they were all getting ready to prepare for that. And he was telling us about they used to do it like real legit with like the keg throwing and like the barrel balance and stuff like that. But he's like, we're trying to tone it down a little bit now. But it sounds like they really go all out as far as getting in costume. The guys are all in lederhosen. And he's like, if you guys come dressed, you will not be out of place.
I was just thinking of that same thing. I remember him saying that to us. And, we love a good theme party. So.
Absolutely.
So that concluded our Saturday.
It was a great day. It went by
really
so
was.
fast.
It really was. I want to do it again. And I felt really bad that Phil couldn't be there.
I know.
Because he would have enjoyed it. Yeah. Well, I think you owe me for a couple, or I owe you for a couple of Rainers that I threw in there too. But, we can't wait to do part 2 of the Jax Ale Trail. We'll pick a different neighborhood to go explore, maybe the beaches or the South Side area.
And so we've done a couple before on this list, but we haven't actually done them like with the passport getting stamps.
And we have to get our stamps because we need the super secret prize.
And we have to get stickers. Like this is what we do. We collect stickers from every brewery we go to, whether we're together or apart, and they go on our beer coolers. We were like so research centered and like doing good jobs and being professional boozy blondes that we forgot to get stickers at the first 2 breweries. So that means we have to go back. I mean, it's a good excuse to go again.
Oh, definitely. We'll go back for sure. And we were both so shocked that we forgot stickers because when we travel apart, we always get each other stickers.
Because we're thinking of together, when we're together, we're just together. Otherwise, we're like,
we're complete.
If Molly was here, I should get her a sticker.
Exactly. So it was funny. We both kind of realized at the same time when we were in Fishware, like, we forgot to get stickers. So,
but I think we should say anybody who has been to any of the 22 Jax breweries,
you'll get there.
Anyone who's ever been to any of the breweries on the Jax Ale Trail, please send us some pictures so that we can share it on our Facebook page and we'll hashtag it to Jax Ale Trail and do a shout out.
Yeah, and hashtag only in Jax is another good hashtag. So again, that wraps up our trip. Do you have any parting words of wisdom?
I mean, should we do our Fast 5?
I think so.
It's time for our Fast 5.
Okay, Chris, I'll go first. Your favorite beer of the day?
Oh my God, this is so hard. I think it was that blueberry ginger sour at Fishware.
Oh, I love that too. That was a level up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who had the best swag?
Oh, man. I think Tabula Rasa. We got a lot of swag there.
Oh, we got Phil and Rainer drink.
Bestie shirts.
There's what is it like
Hops,
and
wheat, and barley.
all holding hands.
Yes. And they're cartoons. It's so cute.
Yeah, they had a lot of great shirts there. And gigantic koozies.
Yeah. Like
What was that for?
like a crowler.
Oh, crowler,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah. Okay. All right. What is your definite must revisit from yesterday? If you could only go back to one.
Oh my God, that's so hard.
I know.
I want to go back to the beer house. It's not even a brewery,
Oh,
but I had the most
Buckners?
fun there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What was the best Rainerism of the day since he had to put up with us?
Oh my God. The hot dog butt comment. Like, that was great. He thought he was shaming me, but really he was shaming you too.
Oh, shocker. And your favorite food that you had yesterday?
That hot dog from, what was it? B. Frank.
To be frank.
To be frank.
Mm-hmm.
That hot dog was amazing.
It was really
It was
good.
a classic hot dog, but it was so good.
It was. We both got the naked Frank.
Yeah.
With just ketchup.
That's all you need.
All we needed.
Okay.
Okay, you passed.
I got
Good job.
my fast five for Molly.
Okay.
What was your favorite beer?
Ooh, I did love that blueberry ginger, but the pink automation was probably my favorite. It was the most unique flavor combo.
With that pepper. I can't believe you liked a peppery beer.
I know, me neither.
That's funny.
Go figure.
We asked each other like all the same questions without
Really?
even knowing it. What was your favorite food?
I thought you were gonna say those New Orleans chips. What are those things?
Oh, my voodoo chips.
Oh yeah, Tabula Rasa had her favorite chips in the world, the voodoo chips.
They are the best.
Yeah. So my favorite food, oh, I love a good soft pretzel. And Buckners Beer Hall
That was
had
really
a
good.
great. That thing was huge too.
Yeah.
Did it? It came out. You said it's
It looked
smiling
like
at
it
me.
looked like a smiley face. Yeah, it was so
it was
cute.
really good.
Okay. If you had to pick one of those neighborhoods that the breweries were in to live in, which one would you choose?
Oh, I would choose Murray Hill because there are a couple. Did you see the Irish bar just up the road from Buckners?
Was that the one that said that it was like a snug house? Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go there.
Yeah, so there's a lot of places to explore. They have a lot of good restaurants on that street as well. And I think they're going to keep developing that area.
Yeah,
It's
that
getting
was really cool.
pretty trendy.
And you can't miss it because of the Bill Murray mural.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you're right.
You heard it here. She's agreeing it's Bill Murray. Okay, number 4. What Oktoberfest sport would you want to play?
That is such a good question. I don't want to drink out of the boot.
No Das Boot.
No. I would want to hold. No. I mean, does Flip Cup count?
I'm sure. They're just going to be drinking games
I feel
in general.
like, yeah, Flip Cup was definitely listed on Tabula Rasa's lineup of games, and feel pretty confident with Flip Cup.
Yeah.
I don't know how long I could hold a beer stein in my arm straight out.
Yeah, that was one of the games. How long can you hold like a giant, probably liter
Oh, right,
of
right.
beer? It's like Survivor style.
We don't even know, was it full or empty?
Full.
Oh, of beer?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sure you got to like pay. You get your beer, then you got to hold it. Or maybe you just get too thirsty and you start drinking, even if you could still hold it.
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. We really need to go one of these years and check it out.
I think we're going to sign Phil and Rainer up for it.
Oh, I think that's a good idea. Drink.
We won't tell them.
Mhm.
Okay. 5th and final question for the Jax Ale Trail. What was your favorite moment?
I definitely enjoyed the moment we got our hot dogs. It was past lunchtime. I was really hungry at that point. I don't know. Honestly, Chris, like at Lemon Street and Tabula Rasa, just being able to talk to Gabe and Corey for as long as we did. And when Ryan came out at Tabula Rasa and we got the insight into the breweries, I really do appreciate any chance we get to talk to the employees or the owners. And they were so excited to just tell us about their breweries too. And it's really great to see that passion. We enjoy going there to drink. So I love that they enjoy making awesome beers for us and everybody else who frequents there and, they enjoy telling their story. And especially after COVID, to see them thriving the way that they are.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that at all the breweries and Buckners, I'm just happy to see that everybody's coming up on the other side.
Yeah, it's really nice. It definitely translates. You can tell how much they love what they're doing and that they're passionate about it. And it definitely translates in their product.
Yeah. So that concludes our Jax Ale Trail Part 1. So I can't wait to go up and check out a couple more breweries so close to home.
Yeah, it was definitely a great trip. So we recommend it anytime you guys happen to be in Jacksonville. That's it for this episode. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back soon with more boozy fun.
Well, and make sure to follow us on social media so you can get the drink of the day on Wasted Wednesdays. On Facebook, we're /Boozy Blondes. On the gram, we are at boozy.blondes. And on YouTube, we're /Boozy Blondes. Visit our website for recipes and references from each episode at www.boozyblondes.com. We'd love to hear from you, so send us an email sharing your boozy stories and requests and pictures at boozyblondespodcast@gmail.com.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to our podcast so you never miss a chance to drink with us. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, and more. And don't forget to leave a review. The boozier, the better. If we love your toast to our show, we'll read it on air. Stay boozy.
Cheers.